Well, hello. We are here with Jill Hazad, who is a life coach, and her business is called Live Out Loud. Jill, let's just talk a little bit about what led you to become a life coach.
My entire adult life, I've been the person that people come to, whether they've lost someone close to them, whether they are going through a breakup, they don't know what to do next with their life. So I started working with a friend of mine, just having a conversation about what she wanted to do next. And it struck me that this is what I wanted to do next. I want to help other people figure out where they're going and how to get there.
So when you talked to her, what did she say to you that made you think? Did she say anything about how you made her feel or how comfortable she was in telling you these things? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So we are very close, and we've been each other's sounding boards in many aspects, including when I went through my divorce and when she went through hers. She's always felt like I made her very comfortable and felt like I'm kind of a leader. I bring all of our friends together, and I make it very easy for people to talk to me. And I've lived through a lot of different things.
Right. So after you talked to her, the light bulb went on, and what did you do from that? When that conversation with her, what did you do next?
I reached out to a friend of mine, Patty Jackson, who has a coaching school, and she said had been waiting for my call.
Oh, really? She knew.
She said it's about time.
It's about time. That's pretty cool. What did you kind of learn during school that either kind of solidified your decision or got you excited about your direction?
School was about, I believe it was about 8 months, 9 months long. We had opportunities to get together with the whole class. Otherwise, it was done virtually. One thing that I did find in the class was that everyone was focused on learning the tools. I'm not a memorizer. I learn by doing, and I pulled Patty aside, the coaching, the owner of the coaching school, and I said to her, I feel like I'm falling behind. I don't know all these tools. They're all very, good with pulling them out of their hat. And she said to me, "You don't need the tools. You've been doing this forever. These are people who are learning how to do it. You do it instinctually." So it worked out well.
There you go. That's affirmation that what you thought you could do, the teacher's like, yes, this is you, right? So
very much.
So from school, you started to share a little bit on social media. Tell us about, why you decided to do that or how you started, little topics, or how did you start on social?
Part of the reason I started with the social media portion of it, I'm so sick and tired of all the negativity on Facebook, on Instagram. It's overwhelming.
Right.
And I know for myself during lockdown, I stopped watching any news. I had to. I had to filter all of that out. But I like to point out the positive things. And, the glass is always half full. You could look at it as half empty, and then you're going to be miserable.
Right.
One thing I always told my kids, you can be bitter or you can be better. You take what you're given and you run with it. You decide if it's going to make you a miserable, nasty person, or if you're going to be a happy person who's going to look at the bright side. So I cultivate all these different Instagram posts and reels and pass them on.
Stories come to mind from anybody online that you had some feedback with or comments from after your posts?
Oh, absolutely. I've had a few people reach out that were going through loss in their life, someone close to me in town. And, I just spent some time with her, recommended a few things that maybe would help her move on a little bit. I've had other people who are going through, they're going through breakups, and they reach out right away, and they find that I do understand, and I'm not a judgmental person, and it's easy to talk to me and have that conversation, and I sometimes can help them see things from a different light.
We talked earlier about you're not going to tell them what to do. Speak of that. What did you say before?
Well, there's a big difference between what therapy is and what life coaching is. And therapy is more being told what to do and finding ways to solve it for you or with you. Life coaching is asking questions, so you look at the situation and you figure out how you can fix it.
Is there an ideal client that would benefit from a life coach, or is it far-reaching?
I would say it's far-reaching. For myself personally, because of my experience and what I'm able to speak to, it would be more people who are going through grieving and loss, major life changes, breakups, divorce, situations like that. I'm not really looking to get into business coaching and career type stuff, but more life stuff. I know that for myself, when I started doing things on my own, when I became single after 22 years of marriage, I started doing all the things that terrified me. I did a polar plunge. I, sign up for classes. I've been writing more, putting myself out there. And I've found that a lot of people are very interested in how I came to do that and how they could do it for themselves. I can't tell you how many people have said, I wish I could do that. And I ask them the question, why can't you? The only one holding you back is yourself.
Live Out Loud. Tell me a little bit about why the name. How did you come up with Live Out Loud?
So I'm a big personality. I've always had a big personality. I'm the youngest of 5. And I've always been, as my family called me, mushy. And they didn't know how to handle me because I was very demonstrative and they were not. And I used the words all the time. I talked to them about how much I love them and I miss them, whatever. And that was I always thought that was a shortcoming of mine because I was just, as they say, too much. And people who know me well will laugh at that. I'm not too much, I'm just enough. But what I realized when I looked around, I was at a family function. I looked around the room and I'm like, that's why I'm so different from all of them. I live out loud. And from there I went and got my tattoo that says Live Out Loud on my arm. And it was the natural progression for me that would be what my life coaching business would be.
There you go.